That's not keepable. 3 double green spells plus and a white spell plus 1 green mana. The deck is not treating us well this far. I will keep this, pitch the sword, and I will lead with Oath of Druids. Maybe we see a concede right now if his deck is weak to that, and it would be bad if he blindly names Sylvan Library with Carbon Therapy, but besides that we should be fine. Okay, Portent, so could be a Growthog or a Dreadnought build. If I don't draw land, I still want to open a Sylvan Library 2 days, because we have a backup. Okay, this is great. Gets the library down. We might foil this, no. Okay, now we are in a decent shape with the mainlands. We still can get overrun from a Dreadnought plan, but okay, Vision Charm is a bit unfair, because now we won't have an Oath trigger. Stifle would have been fine, but he keep a Stifle for this Oath probably. Okay, Wasteland. That's a pretty annoying draw. I need to take 1 extra. Because I need to dig for Swords to Plowshares. Gets a Wasteland down. And I want to port here. So the thing is, if we would have kept this on top and he still phases this out again, or has land plus or just Stifle for my trigger, we won't get deep enough for Swords to Plowshares. Okay, he's really digging for a card like Stifle or Vision Charm, I guess. We see a Stifle here. So we need to find a sword. It's crazy in the format how sometimes they have everything in 11 cards. Pretty strong. No sword here, so we are going to concede. It was a perfect hand. Can't beat that. We do want Naturalize, Crumble. Land Destruction is pretty weak in the eye of Daze and Gush. Angel could raise, but Zuran Orb could buy the important turn. Yeah, the land destruction has to go. Just imagine spending 3 mana and him just returning this with Gush. Not keepable. Not keepable. This is an argument because of the Richard and Port plan. We could try to go turn 1 Terraoath. Yeah, I try this. It's greedy, but it won't get better. So let's try to... We shoot our whole hand here. But I just hope it's enough. Of course, mulligan to 5 with the Mox Diamond deck, it's like... Yeah. I was playing the deck in the Europe Championship, a similar deck. Not with land destruction, but green-white. And there were so many spots where I was in the top deck mode and just drew Mox after Mox. Okay, Brushland is pretty bad. One of our worst draws here. I mean, even a manland or fetch land would be better, but pain land from top is not going to bring us anywhere. But it's fine. I think it will be fastly over. I mean, Sphere of Resistance would be a great draw, but besides that, we need 9 more turns at least to kill him. And this is not stronger as a meddling mage at that point. Maybe it was wrong to pitch both of the treetop villages. Okay, man. And we're flooding out here. Land after land. Yeah, sometimes, I don't know. But it's a problem of every deck. If you just drew this annoying combination of cards for some matches, it's like... hard to love. Dreadnought here with Stifle, probably. Port is okay, not great. And the problem is it's a blue-white Dreadnought deck, so he even has Swords to Plowshares for a card like Terraoath. So I think he has a Gush, but we still go for that. If he floats mana, we need to set another stop in his draw step, but this wasn't the case. We really need something now. It's still a 4-turn clock, so not a great plan. Gush. And then a Dreadnought with Stifle. Plus full backup. Okay, the thing is, due to the Gush, we are able to tap both of his mana, and if we do not play Paddle, which these decks don't. Okay, that's a great draw. He can't resolve a Dreadnought next turn. Okay, maybe he has a Boomerang or Chain of Vapor. Okay, not floating mana means he can't play anything for now. Okay, this is a Swords to Plowshares for the Terra War, which is pretty bad for us. It's crazy. We just drew one non-land card. And we are in turn 6. While keeping 3 lands in the starting hand. Don't know what to think about that. I need to go for the planes now to prevent meddling mages. I think I've played it wrong with pitching both treetop villages to get the Terra War down. I could have just placed more damage with attacking with the treetop villages, and they are secure from Vapor Snacks. Okay, that's not great. I need to think about double porting here, because this might be a card where we can turn the tides. Tap it like this, because we need to play around a null. But at this point, his hand should be so stacked. Probably going to see an impulse here. Plus, he's at a point now where he can just cast a Dreadnought even after I poured it 2 times. He won't go for a Meddling Mage probably now. And it's great that we have the Mox Diamonds here, because they will bring in Armageddon against us. Okay, Disenchant. Still not Dreadnought, as we have Resistant is fine. I would even be okay with that getting countered, because this means no counter for the Naturalize. I could have prevented this with double porting, but now I want to port the planes again. But even if I would have prevented the counterspell, there would have been the danger of a null, and then we are skipped our whole turn, and he can just follow up with anything. So we need something. That's something. Same procedure as before. I really want to trade this against a counterspell or a null. It's not the greatest card right now. It's pretty strong, but exactly as I told you, we could have ported to blue in our upkeep or in our first main, but then he would have just have a null and we wouldn't be able to port here. And preventing Meddling Mage on this board is pretty important, because we do not have any manlands. And yeah, in this spot we just lose against the Meddling Mage, naming Swords to Plowshares. Forest. We keep this for a card like Armageddon. Same Plan as before. Okay, that's a great draw, but we still have 2 Risharden ports. But I need to draw something right now. Terra War is something. I can't prevent that from getting countered or sorted, but I try to get this down. If this stays, and even if he has swords for that, we can take 2 hits easily from a Dreadnought. Okay, days. I would like to pay for that. And now I don't know what he do. This seemed pretty weak, the days. He could alternatively cast foil now, but he could hardcast it. I don't understand this, to be honest. He just could do a hardcast there. I don't know. Sometimes at the beginning I thought foil has a cost of 5 mana, like Force of Will. Maybe this was a problem, but you shouldn't use 4 cards if you can use 1. And even the days could have been live later after Armageddon. Yeah, he spent 4 cards. And he just could have went for the foil for 4 mana. Okay, port is fine. Not great. Because I think he's a favorite in the late game. Because he can just stack a lot of vision charms. So triple port means that at any point we can prevent him having counter mana up, because we can port everything in our turn. Maybe that's a way to victory. Okay, Mox Diamond is pretty weak, exactly what I described some minutes ago. These will be your top decks later, so get used to it. And that's the reason the deck runs for Sylvan Library right now. Really need to prevent drawing Moxa in the late game. But it's okay to have this big disadvantage. Otherwise, at this point, it's a really strong card. Some say broken. Okay, sword is fine. Not great. Treat of Village would be a very good draw. Because we can port the white mana every turn. And this could be a game about time. If this continue like that. Okay, Treat of Village is a perfect draw. He could have a boomerang for that, but I still want to port both white and the blue, even if we face the potential of him having another white in hand. But then I would like to port in my main phase. Seven cards in hand is scary. Yeah, here's a white mana. But I think the deck should just have 1 white as a plains. So far as I know the build. And I try to get advantage here if he has a sword for that, still would be fine. And fourth port is okay. I can force him to tap all the white mana, so we don't need to be scared. Okay. Yeah, no second planes, maybe a boomerang. So for this reason, I haven't dropped the Richardin port yet. But this was, so he just went to 3, will be dead next turn to the Treater Village for another island. Don't know if this was necessary. Need to tap here. And there. I can't imagine that I can win this game here. After I was so pessimistic, but yeah, I don't know what he draws, and he threw 4 cards away for 1 foil. Just want to ask him later why he did this. Maybe he have a plan, or he was thinking it was a 5 mana card. Okay, here's the Sylvan Library. So I want to tap the other carways down. We need to set a stop. Okay, in the declare attacker's phase, but he conceded. Man, this was hard. Don't know. Do we want this tutor? Maybe I want a Call of Hurt. But I'm not sure. So Call of Hurt is a fine blocker against Meddling Mage. So we try it like this. Okay, that's a great hand. If he uses his first mana, we can think about trying to resolve Sylvan Library. Okay, here he might have Daze or a Null. I would be fine. So I need port plus Mox Diamond would be great. But I think I get the Brushland down here, then try the Mox to be able to pay for Daze. So he has to play a Null on this, which is meaning no Null on Sylvan Library. And no, I will. So the problem is if I lead with port, he might have just a Null set and follow up with a card like Dreadnought. And now we have the ability, I don't know, the yields don't work. Okay. Now we have the ability to, I don't know what Magic Online is doing here. To have a sword for this kind of play, which is Daze proofed. And next turn I will follow up with my Richardin port. Oath is great. Because it's a great answer for a Meddling Mage. I want to go for this. Yes, this again is starting 7 where we drew exactly the same thing, the right things. So, okay, Dreadnought. Here's a question if I want to expose my Swords to Plowshares to a Daze. I think I want. Because then we can resolve our Oath and probably Sylvan Library. This worked out. Okay, Treetop Village is great. My plan is to port in upkeep. We could do double port, but I think it's more important to get the Sylvan Library down, because we have the mainlands here. And got it covered. Let's tap the white mana. Okay, let me show you. Okay, that's super bad, but I think I have to pay for one. Because we need to get deeper. We get the Treetop Village down, so we have a potential meddling mage naming Oath of Druids secured with the Treetop Village as a blocker and a follow-up Treetop Village. Still not in the fear of facing an Armageddon right now. But another Dreadnought is scary. Because we can resolve an Oath then. But if he has a card like Double Stifle or... Okay, third Oath. Is he thinking about stifling here? Okay, Zuran Orb is decent. Mox Diamond is good. Or is it good? Not sure. Okay, I want to get this Zuran Orb down first. Because if he has an Armageddon, I want to have this opportunity to get 8 to 10 life at least. Okay, it's enough for him to counter that. So my next play will be one Oath of Druids. Because this could really mess with his math. Because he needs some Stifle plus a Null for that. Otherwise, the... Okay, Counterspell is fine for me. I want to get the forest down and play another Oath. He can't foil this. And now we have a port for his only white source. Which means if he wants to play Armageddon, he needs to lay land before. Okay, Gush. Yeah, funny that he countered Zuran Orb. I think it's not so strong if he has a game plan set up, but I don't know anything about his hand. Okay, bounce Treetop Village. Just cause he wants to use his mana. Not sure. Put that on top. Put that on top. So 30 points of life is a lot. I think we will have trouble to beat him down in time with just manlands, but let's see. And the Armageddon is still scary. If he can just follow up with a Dreadnought. Okay, don't want the O's. We could try the Terraoath here. Question is, do I want to play this counterspell proof? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3. But I can't double port if I play it. I'm willing to drop another Treetop Village here. So at some point we need to start attacking, but I'm not sure if we reached the point yet. Next turn I think I go for the Terraoath, which will open us up for him just flipping a Dreadnought. This could be really bad for us. So I'm not sold on that without an answer for Dreadnought. Maybe now the time has come to start attacking with the Ape here. Because we still have porting mana up. Do I want to bring the third village down to start attacking later? I think it's our path to victory in time. And as long as we have the white source covered and he needs to drop another white source to play Armageddon, I feel confident with the Sylvan Library plus Oath of Druids. But I think we really need an answer for Dreadnought in time. Maybe I need to get more aggressive with the library, but I don't know. Okay, Sea of Cleansing on the Sylvan Library probably. Or on the Oath. Oath, okay. But no Dreadnought. I have the second and third Oath, I guess. Don't want this. Don't want that. No, there might be the time to get the Terraoath down. Or Call of Hurt. Because the Oath is gone. Okay, Terraoath might be a bit better. It's as strong as the Call of the Hurt, but has the potential to be much better. Getting that countered is perfectly fine for me. But now I think I have to... I could do double port on white, but for what? So now I want to get one cooldown. Have porting mana for one Alaka waste. And if his play is just... Okay, that could be dangerous. If he has exactly Gush, Dreadnought plus Armageddon. He's thinking about dazing this, so I don't have the ability to port, but I don't know why, to be honest. Okay, don't want this. And I don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can double port. So my plan is to attack with the elephant here. This might get Chain of Vapored or Boomeranged, but would be fine. Just a normal removal then. Sword is perfect. And now, due to the fact I have enough mana around, I want to cast the backside of the Call of Hurt. Still have the ability to port both white sources. But I don't know where are his Dreadnoughts in game 2 and 3. Pretty uncommon games. So you saw like game 2 was a game I should never win in the first place. Okay, Treetop Village is fine, but I think I will keep this in hand. It's a 5-turn clock now. So the question is, do I want to get the Terraoath down? I don't think so. I want to keep the Treetop Village, yes. Not in a hurry right now. Okay, Portent on his library. I'm not sold on this kind of decks right now. Because it's turn 12, we did so much and we still haven't turned the game around, even with our lands here. Okay, don't want this. Don't want that. Naturalize is great. I want to attack for 6. So the good thing is we can set the lethal turn up when we port in our upkeep in addition, or in our main phase before begin combat. Okay, we could face Armageddon here. Not yet anymore. Digging for a sword. Yeah, I think I buy one more with the library. We have 12 damage here. Gush for him. Okay, no Dreadnought, no sword. I think he just drew super bad. So I want to activate. Porting white now wouldn't lead us anywhere, because he could just use the mana in response. Ah, he didn't have to discard. We got a Dreadnought pretty well covered right now. Okay, next turn we have lethal. So I want to tap this plains now. Plus other car waste. So that he needs to take damage if he wants to have access to white mana. So we are in the end step now. I think now the point is here where I want to activate all of these. If he has a exactly okay, if he has sword plus boomerang, this won't be enough. Stifle is fine for me. Activate this. And I don't think it's too greedy here to activate this. Because then if he has a Swords to Plowshares, he goes to 6 life points and we have exactly lethal. But this was pretty grindy, turn 14. Tough match.